these taxi vans that people take when they're trying to get from point A to point B.
Focus, man.
What's happening, guys? So we're here at La Nouvelle Restaurant Cafe, located in Bole, very close to the airport. And what do we have here? We got a mojito. I think this was mango, passion fruit, mint, just mint, nothing else? Okay. So we had the mint mojito, then we got some very nice looking French fries. We have the Mediterranean burger, which looks like one of the standouts on the menu. And then over here, you know, I had to stick to my roots. I got some pasta. I got the penne. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Yeah, man, what else can I say? It's got the carbonara on it. Got the freshly grated cheese. And I just polished off a nice watermelon juice. Fresh, super fresh. So I'm gonna try one of the fries here. Let y'all know what. Okay, it could be better. I think it was better the last time. Okay. I'm gonna try the pasta now. All right, we're gonna dive in here. It's the pasta carbonara. It's solid. It's good. So I just had a bite of her burger here. And the burger's alright. So if you're here and you want a burger, you can have a burger. But I think the pasta is gonna be a little bit better. Alright? So don't act like I didn't tell y'all. So this is the first road you're gonna see when you leave the airport. And it's called, wait for it, Airport Road. So if you walk straight down this street, this is gonna take you to the airport. And here you've got a lot of businesses. It's one of the more developed parts of the city. So hit that like button. I'm putting in work out here. I swear to y'all, I'm putting in work. There's a lot of traffic. It looks like the traffic lights aren't working right now. So you gotta kind of time it and hope they respect it and they don't run you over. Now, for the most part, for a city this big, I think the driving is very organized, very civilized. I haven't had any near misses where people try to run me over. Now, I have experienced that in some other cities all over the world, whether that's South America, whether that's other parts of Africa, but here it's very well controlled, in my opinion. I'm not saying I would want to drive here, but if you put a gun to my head and said, you have to drive in an African capital city that isn't Windhoek, Namibia, I think I would choose this one, you know, just because people tend to respect most of the rules. They're quite aware of pedestrians. And in general, I don't have anything to complain about when it comes to the style of driving that they do. But just so you know, when you're here, they do have a taxi app. It's called Ride, just like you would think, RIDE, and that will work just like Uber, just like Bolt, just like any other of the driving apps that you might have used somewhere else. And the price is fair. For most rides, you're gonna pay somewhere between $3 to $5 in the city, and that's not bad, you know what I mean, when you think about it, per mile or whatever, when you break it down like that. What else can I say? I'm gonna just let y'all soak in the scenery for a minute. Let me rest. But this is the vibe on a Saturday in Addis Ababa. And I'm trying my best not to film everybody because, you know, everybody doesn't want to be filmed. I respect that. Just trying to show you guys the street, show you guys the vibes. All these people waiting in line now, they're waiting for the bus, or the vans rather. They have these taxi vans that people take when they're trying to get from point A to point B. Got the pineapple man. Everybody working hard. Got the shoe shiners working hard. You got the small businesses working hard. So behind me, you can see one of the vans. They call these taxis here. So I don't want you to get confused, because for us in the States, a taxi is a personal ride. Well, here a taxi is a shared van, and they have routes just like buses. So it's basically like the bus system here. And most of the rides are going to be very cheap. You're going to pay about 10 birr, which is the equivalent of, let's say, 15 cents, depending on what the exchange rate is when you watch this. I really can't predict that one. But all in all, it's very cheap to get around the city if you don't mind using the quote-unquote taxis, the little vans. And once you learn the routes, because if you're on any major street, there's going to be taxis going north and taxis going south, right? So if you know more or less you're going to head south, you're just going to hop on the one going that way, and vice versa. So it's not too hard to get around. You don't need to know any local language. You don't even need to speak to the driver. If you know they're going straight, hop right in, give them 10 birr. When it's time to get out, they have more or less certain stops, but you may also be able to just like tap the window and they'll understand. So 9 times out of 10, I don't speak a word when I use one of the taxis here in Addis. So today we're at Makoto's Pizza. As you can see here, we got a whole bunch of toppings. We've got some eggplants, we've got bacon, and we got mushrooms as well. And it just came up, and I'm ready to dig right in. If you need some spice, they've got the spice for you, and you got the peppers. So today we're at the Ethiopian National Museum, and to get in you pay 50 birr, which is less than $1. If you're a foreigner, if you're a local, you pay like 10 birr, 5 birr to get in. And we're gonna explore and see what we got inside. Yes, sir. Got to. Okay, they got some statues out here. Right, I think this represents the workers. That's what it looks like, because they got those axes like they're about to go to work. Then over here, this is pretty interesting. We got this this figure of Haile Selassie, like he's giving a speech. And then over here we've got the soldiers as they're about to head out into war. Very good detail across the board. And this is the facade. This is the front of the building right here. We're about to go inside, explore, show you guys some stuff that you've never seen before. Let's get it. So they've got this antique car right here in the entrance, and they encased it in glass. So there will be no joyriding today. I think that was Haile Selassie's car. That's what I'm gonna assume. Now don't quote me on that. All right, we're taking a look inside now. So you start off with a map of Ethiopia. You can see a lot of the major cities. So we're right here in Addis. I've been down here to Hawassa. So I'm in Hawassa right now. I'm riding on a boat on the lake. So the lake is the most famous thing about Hawassa. Hawassa is one of the biggest cities in Ethiopia, and there's a lot of universities here, and this is one of the few places in Ethiopia where you can see hippos. So hopefully we're gonna see some hippos right now, and I can bring you some of that footage, all right? I know you probably can't hear me over this motor, it's pretty loud, but check out, this is the boat that I'm riding in right here, okay? So I got this whole boat to myself. We're doing it big today, all right? It's a nice, sunny, beautiful day. The weather's good. There we go. There's one. Oh man, this is crazy. Oh, there we go. Oh, you can't really appreciate it till you see them up close in their own environment, not like in a zoo or something. And I heard they can get pretty aggressive too, so you might see me flip that over in this water here in a second. This whole boat turned over and they just start, start attacking. It's a possibility. And another very famous place is Arba Minch, where a lot of tourism happens. Then you got Mekelle in the north. I've been there as well. You've also got, what is it? Where's Lalibela at? Number 7, okay, yeah. So this one is not labeled, but this is Lalibela. This is the ancient religious site, carved entirely out of stone. That's also a must visit. Then over here we got Dede Dawa and Harar, which are also two more Arabic influenced cities. So I haven't been out there yet, but I have to check that out. Okay, you got your 4 different sections of the museum. So we're gonna start off in the basement with Lucy. We're going underground to the basement. This is where the skeletons are. So they say that they found the first female human, and it was Lucy. And this is a replica of the bones they actually found. And then the faded ones are the ones where they just kind of filled in the pieces. The different crowns that belong to the emperors of Ethiopia. If you're gonna be a king, you gotta have your crown. And they got jewels all throughout it. And they're all very intricately designed. And this is the throne here. And there's carvings with angels, lions. This thing is huge. You could fit like 5 adults on this easily, very easily. So they're getting ready to close. That's why it's so dark right now. They just shut the lights out. So I'm gonna have to wrap this up in a minute.
Of yours, this thing is a light that's better than your love.